to the 7th, let's freaking
Seven.
go! 7th episode of All Good Choices with Haley and
Cheryl.
And our very, very special guest this week.
Yes.
The man behind the camera, makes all the magic happen, Eli.
Hey
behind
guys,
the camera.
I'm here.
Yay!
I am Eli behind the camera.
And here, now he's not. Now there's nobody behind the camera. So hopefully it's recording. But yeah, so this is super fun. Also, we have him on this week because homie's birthday will actually be before the episode.
It will be.
But happy early birthday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. Oh my god.
You're so welcome.
Turning 22.
Taylor Swift year.
My Swift year.
Swift year. You have anything fun planned? I already know, but...
You do already know because you're going to be there. Just going to Top Golf with some friends Saturday night. Gonna hit some golf balls, drink some beer.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That sounds like a good birthday.
That's the 22nd.
Yeah, that sounds like so much fun.
I love drinking.
Uh-huh.
I love golfing.
Uh-huh.
I love friends.
Perfect.
And her.
Boom, boom,
And
boom.
her.
All in.
And her. That's so fun. I can't wait to win Top Golf.
That's
It's gonna
crazy.
be so fun.
I teach you how to golf one time.
Hey, but you were a good teacher.
A professional now.
Yeah. I'm feeling like Tiger Woods before he cheated on his wife. So, also just a quick reminder that, well, not reminder, an apology to everybody that sometimes the YouTube they be wanting to fight and tussle. I know how you girls like to tussle. So, so sorry to everybody that they keep coming up late, but make sure to follow us on Instagram. And we post updates like when they're posted and stuff, so you can be able to be in the know.
Yep.
Yeah. But tell the viewers a little bit about you. So obviously, you make all the magic happen.
Make
Behind the
magic
camera.
happen.
You edit.
I do edit
You do all the fun stuff.
all of it.
Yeah.
All the hard work.
What else do you be doing in your free time?
What free time?
So
So
true.
I'm a CNC setup technician.
Woo!
It's a
Yeah.
manly job.
Yeah, real working with my hands,
Mhm.
just, I was going to say turning wrenches, but I don't do that actually.
Okay.
I like work with computers
Mm-hmm.
and make things out of metal. I'm also a lacrosse coach.
So fun.
I leave my first job and then I go to coaching and then I finish coaching and then I come here and we do this.
Yeah.
And that's my day 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Then I have class on Thursday nights.
Let's
so
go.
So I have Saturday and Sundays when I live my best life.
Yeah.
And that's mostly seeing you guys.
So we're gonna be living our best lives at Top Golf. Not just there. Don't actually, but it'd be so fun. That's super sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super fun and interesting. Well, we thought for this episode that we would do something a little more laid back, a little more fun. What did you say off camera? For all my Reddit weebs.
For all my Reddit weebs, you know exactly what this
Yeah,
is.
so there's this subreddit called Am I the Asshole? And it's so funny to me. It's one of like my nightly rituals that I watch TV and then I'm like, all right, winding down. And then I go on this board and I read it. And because I'm so nosy, I have to know what's going on in people's lives. So it's called Am I the Asshole? And basically people post like a situation and they ask if they are the asshole. So we're gonna read through a lot of them today and decide if they're the asshole. So let us know in the comments if you disagree or agree. But I think this would be really fun.
I feel like if you're asking, like, am I an asshole right now?
Yeah,
Most of the time.
I feel like most of the time that means like
Yeah.
you're an asshole.
Yeah, a lot of the ones that I picked out, like, yeah, they are the asshole, but they were so like funny and ridiculous to me that like I had to let these two read it too.
Yeah.
Like I had to let everybody know. But some of them when I read them are like more in the gray area where it's like maybe you are, but like I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, it's like the
Gotcha.
toxic side comes
Yeah.
out. It's like, well, I'm not gonna say they're an asshole because
Yeah.
I do.
I get it.
Yeah. Or it's like though, like the situation, like most of the time it's like a boyfriend and girlfriend, like a husband and wife, and it's like I read one where it's like they like their spouse like cheated first, and then so then they do like 10 times worse.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
like, am I the asshole? And I'm like, well,
Are you?
I get it.
Are
Like,
you?
I get the thought process behind it, but like kind of.
What is it, an eye for an eye?
Yeah. But that's like an eye for like a whole body, I feel. What else do people would be doing? They're like, yeah, my husband like slept with a girl at work, so like I went and hooked up with every single one of his friends and his brother.
Oh,
And it's like, am I the asshole?
No.
For the girls, yeah.
Yeah, he had it coming.
Yeah, honestly, if you do something like that,
Mm-hmm.
karma.
Because what are the details? He's probably like, it was probably like somebody she knew or she
Exactly,
hated or
it
something.
always is.
That's why she was vengeful.
Yeah, they can always tell.
Mhm.
Do you agree with that? Do you think that? Okay. Well, actually, let me not ask you this.
No, go ahead. Let me get my male perspective.
Okay, so like, let's say right, you're dating a girl,
Okay.
and she's like, I don't want you hanging out with like this person, and
Mhm.
you're like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Do you see what she sees, or you're like, nah, she's tripping?
You see, like, am I the asshole? Because like I totally get it, because like I've been in the place where I've been like mad uncomfortable with who my
Yeah.
like girl at the time's been hanging out with.
Yeah.
And so like I get it, but also yeah, nah, I get it.
Yeah, that's good then.
I understand, but I'm still gonna like fight you on it.
Yeah.
Like, cause like imagine like if I had a
Gotta play
girlfriend
the
telling
devil's
me,
advocate.
like imagine if I had a
Typical
girlfriend
man.
like telling me not to hang out with you.
Yeah. No, that's not gonna work. Right, I agree.
Move
To all his
along.
future girlfriends out there.
Hey, Kaylee, she ain't going nowhere. Cheryl ain't going nowhere.
So, sorry. Anyway, so some of these are really long, so I might not read the whole thing, but I'll read the majority of it.
You
'Cause
get
some
the
of
gist
them,
of it.
yeah, some of them are really long, but also like you need the context for it. So this whole next segment, this first half might just be this one, but we'll see. Okay, so the title is, you know what, this would be a fun little game. We should go through each one and just based on the title without any context. Immediate first response, then our actual verdict.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not buying my girlfriend the gift she asked for her birthday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
Easy.
Next. So here's the context, right? I, 30M, have a girlfriend, 28F, of 6 years. It's always a problem to get her something for her birthday, so I asked her what she wants. At first she said she does not know and that she would just like a nice dinner. I should not be the one reading these, I'm like illiterate. But yesterday she came home from work and told me she saw a very nice set of Japanese knives that she would like, but it's a bit expensive. The knives were $254, which I think is nonsense to pay for knives. Since she is not a professional cook, she cooks as a hobby. Pause, why would you not want to support her in these ventures?
Yeah.
Yeah, also knives are expensive.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, no, like I have like a basic set from and it was like $150.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
What? Anyway.
I'm gonna have to bleep out my own words there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm making myself do the work now.
It's hard.
It's hard.
When you're in front of the camera, it's hard. So, she cooks as a hobby. I told her I think it's unreasonable and that I won't buy it for her. She said okay, but was quiet the whole evening.
Right.
Right. When I asked her what happened, she told me I shouldn't ask her what she wants if I don't take it into consideration. Right.
Yeah.
Like, what? I think it's a bit childish. She gave me one suggestion and I said no, it shouldn't be such a big deal. And then here's what really got me when I read it and I said I have to put this in the podcast. Also, money is not the problem. We both have nice salaries and are child-free with reasonable monthly expenses. We don't have any limit for the price of gifts. For my last B-Day, she got me a summer trip to Turkey. So...
And he can't buy her a $250
And $250
knife
on
set?
knives.
Money's not the issue.
So what, you don't love her?
If you're listening, 30M, you don't love her.
You want her to have a shitty birthday?
30-year-old
Apparently.
male, money's not the issue, but
To
it's
me-
too expensive.
To me, this just proves that, like, men don't really like women.
Right.
Like, they don't.
Hey, yo.
I'm sorry. Not you.
They don't
Okay,
care about
go,
them
go,
being
go.
happy, for sure.
The general public, it's like, they'll be like, oh my god, she's so annoying when she sleeps. Oh my god, she's so annoying when she looks at me. You don't like her.
Right.
Like, you don't like women, and that's fine.
Just say that.
What? Like, when I read stuff like this, I'm like, okay, it's giving incel, but whatever. And then the last, so am I the asshole? Yes.
Absolutely.
So like,
100%.
yeah, like he was already the asshole without context.
Yeah.
And now with, like, it's not like he just didn't get her the gift. The man admitted he was like, I'm not getting that. Like, why'd you told her?
Yeah, he was like, mm-mm.
Yeah,
Oh.
and he asked what she wanted,
Yeah.
and she was like, I don't want anything. And then she was like, oh, I saw this, and I really like this, so get this for me. And he was like, no. I just wanted to ask you,
Like,
and not like, I don't give a fuck what you said.
That's what I'm saying. He
Yeah.
obviously just.
What was the point of this?
That he was the asshole, and now he's like an even bigger one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like, that makes no sense. Why he would even ask her? Like, he just does not fuck with her. They are not for lifers. They are not for lifers. This next one, as we can see, you guys can't see, but on my laptop, it's a very long one.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, however, I feel that we might need the context for it, so
Okay.
grab your snacks, everybody. It's gonna be a long ride. So again, first impression, am I the asshole for telling my younger brother he needs to find somewhere else to live?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna say most likely.
Family, come on.
I'm gonna say that needs context.
Okay, good.
You
Good,
want
good,
to
good.
ride or die for your...
I'm a ride or
Oh,
die.
so you hate your siblings?
No.
Yeah.
I'm a ride or die for my family, but if they're annoying as hell, or they like actually just can't get their shit together, like at one point, like there's only so much you can baby somebody.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, but he's also sick. Oh, well, I forgot that yet. But the first sentence is my little brother's 16.
Okay, you're an asshole.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Yeah.
He's
If it's like a grown adult, like, yeah.
He's probably working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Actually, they be getting like $15 an hour now. Never mind.
They stepped it up. I saw a thing on, side note, I saw a thing on Twitter, they giving out iPads at McDonald's. What?
Oh, when I was there, that's all I got to say. I got paid $10.95 and I was a fucking department manager. $10.95. That's barely minimum wage now.
Why the 95?
Right, exactly.
Why
It
not
was
11? Why not 11?
Thank you. I got a 15-cent raise. The fuck is 15 cents gonna do?
What is that, like an extra $15 a week?
I don't even know if it's that much. I wouldn't even give them that much credit.
That's ridiculous. Okay, so we only have a little bit of time left, so I'm going to read part of this, and then we'll give our thoughts for the first few paragraphs, because it is like a 20-page essay.
Oh, okay.
Alright. So, my little brother, 16, has been living with me for a little over a year now. Our parents kicked him out when he came out, and I couldn't take him in. And I could not take him in, he's my baby brother. So automatically, I'm probably the asshole.
Yeah.
My partner set a few ground rules when he moved in. No parties, his rent would be our weekly grocery bill, and if he could look after our 2 children, 6 and 10, while we're both working late, that would be amazing, and there would be no guests in our home. He agreed to all these conditions and was holding up to them very well up until recently. So just with those 2 paragraphs, automatically I'm not on her side, because why is he paying your groceries?
Yeah.
He's 16.
Yeah.
And it's
good point.
And it's like the reason of the kick out too.
Yeah.
Like if his
he
parents,
came out.
yeah, like if his parents kicked him out because he's just a delinquent,
Yeah, exactly.
then like,
but he's not.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's just a gay boy.
Yeah.
it's like
for the gays.
You know what? You can live with me on these terms because you want to be yourself.
Yeah. What?
Cool.
And he has to take care of their children?
He is a child.
Yeah. Like, what were they doing? How were they taking care of the children before he moved in?
Like, man's trying to do his algebra homework.
Like, what?
Right. He's got school at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
He's got to go
I
to
could
sleep.
see, like, if I was in this situation, I can see, like, wanting, if he, like, had a job, whatever, wanting him to, like, contribute, I guess. Not my groceries, but, like, clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
Do chores.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. I'm not gonna be like, okay, it's $500 this week for groceries for my whole family.
Yeah.
What, bro?
Yeah, it's the weekly grocery bill.
Yeah, that's crazy. Look after the 2 children. He can't have any guests. No friends. What? No parties, which I understand. But, like, no friends can come over? It's just...
No guests.
No guests.
Okay.
Which seems to me, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but it seems to me that, like, he came out and they're, like, okay with it, but they, like,
Not
don't
really.
want him to have a guy come over.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want it. They
Even
don't
if
see
it's just,
it.
like, a friend and whatever. They, yeah, it's not
giving
giving.
homophobia.
Yeah.
This is not a supporting family.
No, they do not support at all.
He has no outreaching hand here.
No, at
They are not
all.
walking in pride parades.
You
for
can.
Sure.
At all.
My bedroom is so like come. I have a huge apartment.
Yeah,
You're
you come live
welcome.
with us.
You're welcome.
Alright, I'll read one more paragraph and then we'll take a break. So, my brother recently got a new boyfriend who we all have met a couple times, and he seems really, really sweet, but we don't know him. Oh my god, I'm so terrible at reading. But we don't know him really well. Anyway, my partner and I were working late the other night, and he called to find out if his boyfriend could come around, and I told him I'd rather he didn't be around my girls while we were not there. He seemed fine with it, and I thought nothing of it.
He's gay.
The boyfriend?
You're right.
Yeah. I guess to a certain degree I understand. Like, I wouldn't want, like, some random person, like, being around my kids.
He's 16.
Agreed.
Like, hopefully.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming they're the same age. Like, they're both in high school. It doesn't say. But I'm assuming they are. So, like, I guess I kind of get that, but also, like, what do you think is...
The part that gets me is, like, he seems super sweet, but we don't know him that well. Maybe because he's not allowed over.
Yeah, right. Because he can't guest come over. Alright, we're gonna put a pin in this one, and then we'll come back to it right after the break.
She is the asshole. Hey guys, Eli behind the camera here, and I just wanted to take this short break to give a giant shout out to our friends over at Maserati Click Productions for helping turn this podcast into a reality. Not only do they play a key role in the production of all good choices, but they don't let their producing talents stop there. So be sure to check out their music on Spotify and Apple Music under the handles Lil Raspy and MC Dubs for some absolute bangers. I promise they won't disappoint, so please go give them your support for supporting us.
Alright, welcome back, everybody. We're back and we're better. So we're going to pick up right where we left off with the next paragraph. Okay, so we left off with, you got the new boyfriend, whatever.
The boyfriend came over, right?
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh.
Or so...
asked to come over, she said
she
no.
called,
okay.
or he called and said, like, can he come over? She said no. That was the end of it. Now we get to the real tea. However, when I got home, there was his boyfriend sitting on the couch with him. I didn't disturb them because his boyfriend seemed emotionally distressed, in parentheses. He was crying.
Okay.
And when he left, I asked my brother what happened. Apparently, his boyfriend just found out his parents are divorcing. I told him I was sorry for his boyfriend, but I asked him not to have him around my daughters until we were home. And just because they were asleep doesn't change the fact because anything could have happened. We got into a bit of an argument with him defending himself, and I ended up telling him I felt extremely disrespected and worried for my daughters because he wasn't our agreement, and I have no idea how many times he's had people in the house without permission. I told him, unfortunately, he's going to have to find another place to stay. I have kids to look after, and they come first. We don't take much rent off of him, so he's got $15,000 in his bank account. He's not running the risk of being homeless. I told him he had until the end of March.
How can he get a apartment if he's 16 though?
Exactly.
Emancipation.
Yeah.
He can prove he can be an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't that like take time? Like
Yeah, more than a month.
He can't just sign a lease.
Yeah. So, $15,000 bank account. He's not running a risk of being homeless. I told him he had until the end of March to find a place, and until he does his regular duty stand, he started crying and apologizing and asking if he could stay. So I told him I wasn't disowning him like our parents. He just can't live here anymore. My husband says I was a complete asshole and I need to tell him he's allowed to stay. He said he called first, so he's most likely never had anyone else over without permission, and he'd be a pretty bad boyfriend if he wasn't there as support. I feel like I may be the asshole because my husband is usually tight on the rules and he's even willing to bend them for this. So, am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
One of the biggest assholes.
Yeah. Well, because that's like not even really that big of a deal. Like he could have like, I don't know how
he's literally crying on the couch. Like, what are you scared of? That he's gonna like do weird things to your children, or they're gonna be like making out on the couch or something?
Yeah,
like that seems like their biggest fear.
Yeah.
And the boyfriend's just crying on the couch because his parents are getting divorced. Like,
seemed to be in emotional distress. Parentheses was crying.
No shit. That's like I'm an empath. That's that's very sad.
Well, it's just so crazy to me because it's not like he really did like anything.
Yeah.
For him to get kicked out.
He called because he was probably like got the call from his boyfriend and then was like, oh shit, and let me check, and then was like, well, I'm sure she won't be that mad because you know
it's an
not
understandable reason.
Yeah. Why he would just come over, especially if the kids were asleep. Like what?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing weird.
Yeah, like I don't know. So definitely the asshole. So I'm gonna pass the phone to somebody else because I can't read correctly. So whoever wants this can take it.
What's your next one?
Am I the asshole for telling my friend exactly why I don't want her alone with my boyfriend?
Okay.
No. You are not the asshole. This one's a fun one.
I, 19F, have friends who are a married couple. Jay, 19F, and Emily, 19F, are a polyamory couple, and they have an open relationship. So they can be with who they please. Now, Jay likes to be with committed men. She's been with many, saying she loves knowing she can get any man she wants, and they'll always choose her. She even went as far as to get one of them to leave his wife for her. then dumped him, saying she never wanted anything serious. Her wife tells her it's disgusting to be with a married man, especially since none of them have been in open relationships. Mm-hmm. I have a long-term boyfriend, 19M, and we've been together for 3 years. He has high-functioning autism, he wanted me to clarify, and a great partner overall. I trust him with all my heart and soul. We are in a monogamous relationship. My boyfriend, our friends, and I have been friends since high school. So how are we feeling so far about this couple?
First of all, it's crazy that they're married and they're 19.
Yeah, that's what I was
I agree.
That's crazy.
When it said married couple, I was ready for like 36.
Yeah. Yeah. 19, married.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Also, I hate this girl. I hate this girl. She's the ultimate final boss of Pick Me.
Okay.
Like, she takes, like, she
said, I only like being with married men. Interesting take.
You're 19. Like, where do you go?
Right.
That's like, okay, not that that's ever okay.
Right.
But, like, that's, like, something you get into, I feel like, when you're older because you've, like, already explored all of, like, the normal sexual things.
Sure, yeah. And
So
you're like, been married
running
for
out
like
of
20
things.
years,
Yeah.
you're bored,
You're like,
whatever.
Home wreck.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you're, like, running out of things that, like, excite you sexually.
Yeah.
That we've talked about this so many times, and I want to do a whole episode on it.
Yeah.
But, like, if you start getting into really, really weird shit when you're, like...
When you're young.
When you get older, bro, like, it only progresses.
There's only, like, it's
You can only
only
go
downhill
up.
from there.
So, the fact that she's already in that mindset, she's 19.
Where will she be at 30?
Says a lot. Okay.
A fatherless child.
Here we go. On to the issue. Last year, Jay went drinking and admitted to me that she wants to sleep with my boyfriend.
Death to them all.
I told her if she ever tried anything, I'd never forgive her and I'd opt out of our friendship. Today, she asked me if I could send my boyfriend over to her house to hang out since I was at the gym and my boyfriend stays home as he has crippling anxiety. Like, these, like, random little anecdotes about her boyfriend are random.
I feel like I'm there.
Okay, yeah.
I know them.
I told her since her wife isn't home, parentheses, she was with me at the gym, I'd rather my boyfriend stay home until I get there, and then we can all hang out. I thought it would be an easy answer. She explained that ever since she confessed to me, I've been distancing him away from her, and she asked me why. I said, we can talk about that later. Yeah, obviously.
Obviously.
You said you want to fuck my boyfriend.
Like, why would I let my boyfriend come over to your house when I'm not there?
Like,
you made clear what the vibe was.
like, what? That's just so
Why would you
crazy.
ever say that to your friend? Your best
Ever.
friend.
Ever. Why would you ever say that out loud?
So you know how like I'm into committed men, right? Well, your boyfriend just seems so overly committed to you, and I'd love to ruin that.
Yeah.
Right, and it's
So
She's like, wait, but why can't I hang out with him?
Yeah.
Like, this is why I read this shit at night. Because I read it, and I'm like, this is so delusional.
Right.
That people think like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fact that they even have to question it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fact that this girl, this J person, this J character,
Yeah.
is like...
Yeah, should have wrote this.
Yeah, she's like, wait, why can't I be around your boyfriend?
Yeah.
What, homie? What do you mean?
It's obvious.
Yeah, like, that is just so
Connects
crazy
the
that people are
dots, bestie.
so not self-aware.
Okay, and then it continues.
Yeah.
She explained that ever since she confessed to me, I've been distancing. Okay. I said, we can talk about that later when I get home, as I was literally running on a treadmill. Mm-hmm. I get a call from my boyfriend asking me to come home because Jay came over to our house, but he gets uncomfortable with anyone unless myself or another party is involved. I go home with Emily to my house. Jay asked me if I have an issue with her being alone with my boyfriend. I was already pissed as I had to leave the gym early, so I admit I kind of lose it. I said, well, you can't expect me to fully trust you given your history with committed men and the fact that you brought up your confession makes it seem like you had ill intentions.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's why she went over there.
She starts crying, saying I don't trust her. I remind her that she's ruined a lot of our close friends' relationships by sleeping with their boyfriends. So we have evidence.
Yes.
We have a pattern.
Yes.
she has a history here.
Yes.
Right. She ran home crying. She says she'd never do that to me and I need to apologize or she's ending the friendship. Emily is torn because she loves her wife but agrees that I have a point. Man, she ain't no ride or die for her wife. I would have been like, whatever. Yeah, she's stupid, but like, that's my wife. Hold on. I'm wondering if I am the asshole because I feel like I should just trust her since she's one of my closest friends, but I just can't. Am I the asshole for telling her exactly why I don't want her alone with my boyfriend? And because I can see this coming, I trust my boyfriend with everything I have. Plus, he cries if someone touches him without letting him know first, so he'd definitely call if something happened.
No, you're not the asshole.
You are not the asshole at all.
I would have done a lot more.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even be friends
she
with this
came
person.
over to my house while I wasn't there. Just
Yeah.
with my
Yeah.
boyfriend,
Like
okay,
her friend
why?
doing the whole, like, I can't believe you trust me. It's like, well, I told you not to hang out with my boyfriend, and then you went to my house
Yeah.
to hang out with my boyfriend.
Yeah, like, even in that instance, she's just proven that she's not trustworthy.
No, not at all.
I would never talk to this person again.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
value does she add? Like, what does
She
add?
adds to the drama.
Yeah, I
She
guess.
adds to
She's
the plot.
the tea time.
She's the tea time. I guess maybe I keep her around for that, but I would not be like a bestie.
I don't know. When she said about my boyfriend, I'd probably distance myself a little bit.
Yeah, obviously. Like, what?
What else? Do you have somebody you keep around for tea time?
Oh, for sure.
Always.
Me too.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Cheryl. No.
It is.
No. Yeah, well, there's people that I like don't really, I'm not like super close to, but like for some reason I'm like on their private snaps and stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
So I'm like, yeah, like we're like this, but not really, you know?
Okay,
We're like
okay.
metaphorically like this.
Yeah,
Because we're on each other's private snaps.
That's how you, like, measure that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do the mother-in-law one.
Yeah, so basically, right, unanimous vote, she was not the asshole.
Not the
Yes,
asshole.
for sure.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up. But I read that, I was like, I can't believe it. I like genuinely can't believe this is a real situation. And that girl got so butthurt about it.
I can't believe she was so bold to drive to her house.
But you know what? I'll tell you off camera, but...
That happened to you?
No, but
Oh.
who does that remind you of? We'll see if we're thinking of the same person off camera. The viewers can guess. Leave in the comments who No.
That ain't
So-
got shit to do with me.
But yeah, when I read it, instantly I thought of this one person,
Mhm.
and then I was like, "This is just crazy that this J person is like stupid."
Yep.
I think we're on the same line. Anyway, so the next title is "Am I the asshole for asking an apology from?" I'm not gonna read it because I can't read.
Okay.
You read.
Am I the asshole for asking for an apology when mother-in-law was caught lying about me to family?
No, you're not the asshole.
Man, fuck that mother-in-law.
Yeah, honestly, real talk.
I don't even have to read nothing.
You're not the asshole.
Next.
Okay. This says, mother-in-law and I used to have a bad relationship. I'd say it's neutral now.
Okay, off to a good start.
We don't really see her much, but we don't fight anymore. Probably because they don't see her much.
Right.
Yeah.
Around the time we got married, mother-in-law lost her fucking mind. She began behaving very erratically, not sleeping or eating. Then she realized her wedding was a month after her 40th birthday and decided she was going to outdo our wedding. It became a toxic competition. I was really young at the time and got pretty hurt, and it was out to be a damper on my wedding planning because everything I got, she got something better. Her birthday dress was so much prettier than mine, and at the time, I was a broke 21-year-old, and it was devastating. The day of her party, I went to check on her and found her cutting her dress up. I asked what the fuck she was doing, and she just said she didn't want to wear it anymore. I was in shock, but not my dress, so it's not my problem. She met some guy a few years later and moved. We don't really talk anymore and visit maybe every other year for like 3 days. Well, on our last visit, I found out that she had told her sister at the time that I cut up the dress, and that's why her sister hates me. I found this out because her sister was joking about how she wants my house burned down and she wants to make me suffer for the dress. I told her sister that was a lie and mother-in-law did that herself. The sister confronted mother-in-law, who cried and said, hold on. She couldn't remember who cut it. Finally, she admitted she cut it and lied because she couldn't explain why she did it. To be honest, I think she did it because she was mad she couldn't be the bride. She was super weird with her own wedding dress. Anyway, her sister shrugged it off and I said it was embarrassing and asked her for an apology. Her husband snapped at me and said, why would I embarrass her? And I have no empathy. Her sister said I need to let it go because obviously she was embarrassed. I did, but I don't think I was an asshole for asking.
You're not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Why? How do you not remember?
First of all, I do not remember. To me, it sounds like she does have some, like...
Yeah, like she had a break.
Yeah, like she had, like, some type of mental health issues.
For sure.
However, like, that doesn't excuse any of that.
Why are you cutting up your own dress?
That's, like...
Also,
yeah.
why you're lying about it? Who cares? It's your own dress. You bought it.
Yeah, like...
No, that's not anybody's business.
Embarrassing her. That's what the husband said? That she was embarrassing her?
Yeah.
No, bro. She's
lying.
She's literally lying as a grown adult.
Exactly.
It just went from the, oh yeah, no, she did it. I don't remember who did it.
It might
wait, no,
have
it
been
was
me.
me. No, it was me.
Like I thought it was her, and then I thought you couldn't remember, and I said
I just
stick to a story, bestie.
I don't know, this one's like kind of a sticky one for me. Well, she's not the asshole. That's not Princess Sticky. But like it just sounds like she's obviously having some type of mental health issue.
Yeah.
Which
that's sad.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they like recognize. Because if she's not eating and sleeping, like she's very erratic. Yeah, like
she lost her fucking mind.
Yeah, like she's obviously got shit going on.
Yeah.
So that I feel bad because
telltale signs.
Yeah, like
maybe
cutting out a dress.
She was her 40th birthday.
Yeah.
It's giving when I shaved my head at 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just like I feel bad, but also like you're a grown adult. Like, okay, you did all that, whatever.
And nobody else saw it.
Yeah, and then everybody else is like defending her.
Yeah.
Just gaslighting. The mom was literally gaslighting. She's like,
she's like,
no, you did it.
And I'm gonna tell everybody you did it. And then she's like, I don't know who did it. Oh, it was me.
I did
Gaslight
it.
girl boss.
I can't believe you embarrassed me like that.
Literally the queen of gaslighting and girl bossing. Mother-in-law.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Yeah, she's embodying that. Well, we're gonna take another little break, and then we're gonna do maybe 1 or 2 more, and then wrap it up. So we'll see you after the break, guys.
Stay tuned.
Hey guys, Eli behind the camera here, and I just wanted to take this short break to give a giant shout out to our friends over at Maserati Click Productions for helping turn this podcast into a reality. Not only do they play a key role in the production of all good choices, but they don't let their producing talents stop there. So be sure to check out their music on Spotify and Apple Music under the handles Lil Raspy and MC Dubs for some absolute bangers. I promise they won't disappoint, so please go give them your support for supporting us.
Alright, welcome back, everybody. So we have a few more left, and then we have one Q&A question from our Q&A form. Link is in the description, and then we'll wrap everything up. Take it away, Share Bear.
Okay, so this is like the starter or whatever. It says, am I the asshole for not liking Indian food?
Need context.
Say it. Say your opinion.
Well, okay. No, you're not the asshole if you don't like Indian food. But I need to know the whole story.
I digress. It says, just, as a warning, throwaway to hide my main account. My 30 male girlfriend, my 30 male girlfriend, 27F, is Indian. She moved to the U.S. a few years back. I'm American, white if it matters. We live in North Carolina.
It does matter.
Yeah. My girlfriend loves to cook. She told me so on our first date. However, I'm not the biggest fan of Indian food. I find that a lot of spices used in Indian food irritate my stomach, and I have a low tolerance for hot/spicy foods.
So he's a baby back bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Unflavored, unseasoned food.
Uncultured white male.
She never had an issue with this and never forced me to eat anything I didn't want to. In fact, whenever I stayed over, she made me things like pancakes and French toast, and they were incredible. She is a very good cook.
American staples.
Right. Okay. 2 weeks ago, we moved in together. Our place has a large, fully equipped kitchen, and my girlfriend was ecstatic about all the things that she can do. I was happy to see her so happy. However, in our excitement, I didn't realize how our food preferences can actually become a problem. You see, I didn't realize that she cooks and eats a lot of Indian food, like all the time. It's almost like that's what she grew up eating.
It's almost like
it.
Right.
she's living her culture.
Right.
Okay.
Like all the time. For the past year, whenever we spend time at each other's apartments, she's always made me things like ramen, pasta, lasagna, tacos, soup, grilled cheese, etc.
Yeah,
Those
dude,
are all
everything.
different.
Yeah. First of all different cultures, one. And two, all things that would probably have flavor.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
we use spices.
Yep.
So,
I figured that's what she normally ate. I have a few Indian American friends, and they've told me that they don't exclusively eat Indian food at home, so I thought it was the same thing with her. Yesterday, she was super excited to show me something and dragged me to the kitchen. There, she unveiled a whole drawer of spices. We're talking 20 to 30 different types of spices / crushed / whole / crushed / powdered spices, neatly stored in glass bottles and labeled.
okay, and organized clean.
I asked why she needed so many spices, and she replied, "To cook Indian food, silly." 20 to 30 spices. Oh no.
Oh my god, all that money.
Leave her alone, okay?
I wish I had 20 to 30 spices.
Right. I told her that I didn't like Indian food, and she told me not to worry. She wouldn't force me to eat anything. It's just for her meals, and that she'd make separate meals for me. I asked her if she could simply not cook Indian food at all in our house, because the smell is so pungent, and if she'd cook regular food instead. She told me, hold on, I'm sorry. She told me that Indian food is regular food for her, and I'm going to have to get used to it. Yes, girl. I insisted, and she said that she'll only consider giving up cooking Indian food if I give up cooking meat at home. She's vegetarian, because she doesn't like the smell of meat being cooked. True. I told her that it was an unfair ask because she never objected when I cooked meat at my apartment. She told me that she's only demanding that I give it up because I'm doing the same thing to her. I got quite mad and told her that she was being extremely unreasonable. Yeah, calling the kettle black or whatever. She was being extremely reasonable as I need meat. I work out a lot and I need the protein.
Okay.
But she doesn't need to eat Indian food all the time. She can order takeout if she craves it. She told me that restaurants are not very good where we live, and it's unhealthy to eat takeout every day. We ended up arguing for a while, and now we're not talking to each other. Am I the asshole for insisting that she doesn't cook with spices?
The biggest asshole that's ever lived.
An absolute disgrace to humanity.
Yeah, so many things. First of all, you're a grown man.
You're
You're 30.
Right.
I'm 30. First of all.
Right.
Second of all, regular food. That's what really got me. So Indian food's not regular food. It's just some outlandish,
that she
crazy.
eats.
Oh my god, Indian food.
I know. He's acting as if it's the end of the world, that when she cooks food for herself,
Right.
that it's a bother for him.
Right. It's just so crazy to me. We were talking about this. Like, I don't understand. Like, Indian spices, like, they smell a lot. Like, they're very, like, strong. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
Well, a lot of them, like, will come whole, and
Yeah.
then they'll, like, grind them
Yeah.
fresh.
And
so that's, like, what makes it a lot
obviously
more
she's
pungent.
cooking Indian food in her apartment. So when he came over, I'm sure her apartment still smelled like the spices. So I don't understand how he would come over all the time, and even though she's cooking American food for him, how he didn't smell it, like, in her apartment.
He told her that he didn't like Indian food, so she wouldn't cook it for him.
Yeah, but I know he smelled that shit. Like, he knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
And now they live together.
Yeah. It's giving me the same energy, again, we were talking about this, but it gives me the same energy as when a white girl is like, I want a black baby, I want a mixed baby, so they, like, it's like that, where it's like, he likes the aesthetic of, like, being with an Indian woman, but he does not want to embrace that at all.
Right. He's like, you're so pretty, but please don't be actually...
Yeah, and then he, also, too, when he was talking about his Indian American friends, and he was like, they don't eat Indian food all the time. Oh, okay.
Who cares?
So it's all in a box. And they all...
Yeah, exactly. Sure. It's like, she wants to, so she can.
Like, that's just... This whole thing was so wild to me. You're the biggest asshole.
And it's just like, your biggest issue in this relationship
is her eating Indian food.
Is, like, her food choice.
Right.
That's like nitpicking. He's like asking to be annoyed.
Yeah, like, you're golden. Like, if your biggest issue is what they eat, like, congratulations.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah, this guy's fucking crazy, bro. He's crazy. I don't feel
He's
bad.
delusional.
I love her to death, but her food.
I just can't get over it. Get an air freshener and call it a day.
The end of the world here.
Literally.
is him being whitewashed.
Real. Slay the house down. Real. But yeah, biggest asshole. Unanimous vote.
Here's the next one. It goes, am I the asshole for telling my ex to stop giving my daughter lunch money?
Yes.
Yeah.
As a child of divorced parents. Yes.
Like, that is not your business. Okay, here we go. I have a daughter, Emily, 16F, with my ex. She chose to live with my ex and his wife and his kids and the majority of the time because she has to share her room with her stepsister, Laura, at my house.
Real. I'm not staying there.
My ex gives Emily $25 a week to buy lunch. Emily and Laura's school is down the street from a lot of restaurants, so instead of buying school lunches, she leaves campus to buy herself and her friends lunch. Like, $25 a week, like...
Yeah.
They're probably going to, like, a McDonald's or,
literally.
like, at most a Chipotle once or twice, maybe.
Also, that's crazy that they can just leave for lunch. We could not do that. I mean, we could do it, but we get caught.
We could at the beginning, and then... They had put all that fucking bars and shit on our school. I was like, oh my god, this is scary.
Those were the good days. So that's what blew
Miss you know who.
She who shall not be named.
They were one and the same.
Anyway, so she gets $25 a week.
The problem is she sees Laura at school and won't get her anything, even though she gets her friends lunch all the time. I talked to Emily about it, and she said it's because her friends pay her back and Laura can't. Emily knows we can't afford to give Laura that kind of money, and I know she works part-time and gets an extra allowance from her dad. So I asked her to occasionally buy Laura lunch to make her feel better. She refused. I called her dad and hoped that as a parent, he understands what I'm talking about and what I'm trying to do. But he said Laura's feelings are not his or Emily's responsibility, and that if she wants to buy lunch off campus, she should get a part-time job like Emily. I tried to explain that Laura is in sports and she has ADHD and depression, and so that it would be hard for her to work. But he said, that's my and my husband's problem, and hung up.
Giving!
Right. He said, that's not my kid, I don't care.
100%.
Okay. Laura came home crying the other day because Emily came back with food from her favorite restaurant and didn't give her anything or offer to share. So I called my ex and told him that he needs to stop giving Emily lunch money and to make her own lunches because she was hurting Laura. He refused to listen to me and told Emily that I'm telling him to not let her go out to lunch because of Laura, and Emily hasn't spoken to me except to say that she's going to stay at her dad's full-time for a while.
Yes, you're the fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You're the asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck about this stepsister's opinion.
It's not, life's not fair, sorry.
Also,
Get
the fact
over
that she's
it.
putting her stepkid over her own daughter.
Yeah, fuck off. It's all like fuck off, come on.
Fuck off, bro. That shit is fucked.
They're the same, they're almost the same, 15 and 16, like, yeah, let her get a job too, what's the problem?
ADHD, depressed athlete, can't work. I was working 30 hours, and I'm all of those.
Check.
I was working 30 hours in high school.
That's what I'm saying, like, girl. And like, why is she calling the ex to talk about, like, her
As
the
a parent, you should
stepsister?
understand. That's not my fucking kid.
Exactly.
If I were him, I'd be like, sorry, your new man can't support your family.
Sorry, you ain't big ballin' like me.
She said, he knows we can't afford that. You're like, oh, so you remarried a broke bitch.
Right. So you're
I don't
broke.
speak broke.
I literally do not speak broke.
He put his AirPods in.
Yeah, literally, like, what the heck, bro? I read this and I was so pissed. Because I was just like...
Can you stop taking care of our daughter,
yeah,
please?
literally.
Yeah, stop giving her money.
That's
Most of the time you're like begging the parents to like contribute.
Yeah.
Stop supporting our child, please.
Yeah, and
because I can't support my own.
Literally for a week.
I know. That's like $5 a day. Like, what can she even get?
Like, yeah, and also she was right in saying, oh, my friends pay me back.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy free food for this bitch. I don't even live with her. Like, no.
I don't even want to share a room with her. You think I want to buy food for her?
Like, at all. So yeah, you're the asshole again. Unanimous vote.
Okay, this is the last one. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Am I the asshole for leaving my son outside on Christmas Eve night?
Yes. Yes, bro. These parents on Reddit, we're fighting.
Yeah,
bro.
for
They're
real.
the worst.
Yeah, this is the one where it's like, if you're asking, am I the asshole? Where it's very clear. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is your son outside on Christmas Eve?
Bro.
Why
Right.
is he left, actually?
Yep.
Maybe he went to check the mail. That's, like, he could be outside, but
Biggest
why is he
fucking
left
asshole.
Here we go.
outside?
I have 4 children and I'm pretty easygoing. They don't have a lot of rules they have to abide by. It's simple. Be respectful, do your chores, and for the 2 teenagers, 15 and 16, be back before 10 p.m. The 16-year-old came home at 11 last night when the house was already locked up after missing about 10 calls from me. He knocked to get in and I just called him back and told him he could sleep in the tree house and that there were blankets up there and hopefully this would be a lesson to stick to curfew. He was apparently on a date with someone whom we haven't met and didn't realize his phone was set an hour behind. To me, that's all excuses. I told him he had to rest of the night in the cubby to reset his time and that we'd see him in the morning. Pause. First of all, how's your phone reset to an hour behind? He was fucking.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah.
he didn't see his phone ring, or he saw it and was like,
I was
it's not my
gonna
problem
say,
right
like,
now.
at this point, maybe I'm a little more on the mom's side, because, like, bro, get a better excuse.
Right.
Like, phone, like, even if it was, like, daylight savings time, like, phones reset
Yeah.
themselves.
At 2 a.m. too,
Yeah.
not 10 p.m. at night.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, so mom, remember how daylight savings time was like 3 months ago? Phone not
It's
covered.
glitching.
Like,
All right, here we go. I opened the door at 6, nice and early, and he came in and went to bed. Slept until lunchtime, holding his siblings up from opening their gifts, because we do it all together as a family. He thanked everyone for his gifts and went back to sleep after lunch. My husband said I completely overreacted. It was an honest mistake, and he's exhausted from not being able to sleep in the treehouse. He would have been able to. It was warm enough, and I put bedding up there. Still, my husband says it was a complete asshole move. Am I the asshole?
I'm still gonna say yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm still there.
It was Christmas Eve. You can't cut him some
Yeah.
slack. Like, discipline
Also-
after Christmas,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
but
come
also
on.
it was an hour. Like, it's not like you
Yeah.
tried to come home at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, it was an hour.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's really not
Good
that big
point.
of a
Good
deal.
point.
Like,
Yeah, like, in the parent in that situation, going back to the excuse, like, that's what I'm gonna be disappointed in.
yeah.
I'm
Come
not gonna.
on.
Yeah, like,
I'm like, bro, like,
my
you're
dad
an
used to
hour
say,
late,
like, at
that's-
least try to lie.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, my parents, like, do better.
Yeah, he's like, you may, I don't even know how he would word it, but it was like, it's like an insult to me
Yeah.
that you think that I'm that stupid that I would
Yeah.
believe that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think that that's just, like, you're overreacting.
For
like, I get,
sure.
like, disciplining them after. But, like, it's Christmas.
Get over it. Get over
Now I got
it.
presents.
Right?
And then get mad at him for sleeping. Yeah, he slept on fucking wood last night. Obviously, he's gonna
No,
be tired.
Probably
she
in the
put bedding
cold.
up there.
Man,
And
bullshit.
blankets. It was warm enough.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what she said. She confirmed. It was warm enough. How do you know you weren't sleeping up there? You should have just took a little nap and got under the blankets. No.
Yeah, she slept there for an hour. She's like, he'll be fine tonight.
She had to take, she had to do this little test.
Kind of jealous he had a treehouse though.
You're jealous of the tree
Yeah,
house?
yeah, yeah.
I wanted one so
I
bad.
wanted
Me
one
too. I
so
feel like
bad as a
everybody
kid.
did.
I wanted one so bad. But I only had a tree in my front yard, so I was
Yeah.
like, well.
So the only tree like I had growing up was like an orange tree. So
Oh.
you can't put a tree house in that. So like
Yeah.
my dad, like he built me a fort.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it was
that's cool.
2-story fort, ladder,
Oh,
slide,
sick.
like. But like I was like, it's not a tree, dad. Failure.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was
Are you
just.
the asshole this
Am I the
Yeah.
asshole for being?
Ungrateful.
Am I the asshole for being mad at my dad for building me a 2-story fort instead of a tree house?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Well, we got through all of them, so we're going to wrap it up here.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode.
Mhm.
If you want to see Eli on again,
Call 1-800.
Yeah, call the number in the bio. Happy birthday to you again.
Thank you
Yes.
so
Big
much.
22. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, subscribe, share.
Turn the bell on.
Turn
Yeah.
the bell on.
Get the
Noti.
notification.
And you can also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. That will be in the bio. And you can listen to this anywhere you stream podcasts, Apple and Spotify,
Pretty much.
anywhere
pretty
else,
much.
I think. Missing anything?
That's all.
I think that's all, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Thanks, Eli, for coming.
Thank you for having me
Thank
on.
you,
I appreciate it so
thank
much.
you.
Never thought I'd have this day.
Oh.
Eli behind the camera.
Humble man.
Eli in front of the camera.
Oh, we forgot your question.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently,
So apparently some
He was so
stranger-
excited.
some stranger out there.
Mhm.
had a great question for the Q&A forum. Guess it's like the suspense building on it. I'm pretty sure like there's gonna be some deep dives going into it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Netflix docuseries, but basically the people are wondering if I have a thick, juicy ass, and I do.
And that's the answer for all this built up.
For all the girls that are wondering.
Yeah, so hit his line.
I just grew half an inch.
And he did, real. So.
You measured?
Yeah, a little bit taller now.
So that's super fun. Anyway, see you guys next week. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of All Good Choices. If you like what you're hearing, subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to like and comment and let us know what you think.
You can stream this anywhere you stream podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon. And follow us on Instagram and TikTok at AllGoodChoicesPC and Twitter at AllGoodPC.
Thanks again to Maserati Click Productions for producing this podcast. See you guys next week.